All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Reggie. I will be your presenter for today. I am from Bubbles Turtle Conservation. So just a quick reminder, if you guys just came here, just started tuning in, I would like to invite you all to share the link around. Just ask anyone that you know to join and watch the stream along with us. Today we are going to go through the project, talk a bit about the turtles and a bit about our fundraiser that we are doing. We are planning to aim, we are planning to get 50,000 ringgits to fund the project at least for the first half of the season. So my time with bubble turtle conservation, I have started from 2017. And the first time I've seen a green turtle in the wild was when I was 14 years old back at Redang Island. And after a decade of hard work, I am now finally with the turtles. So today, here is what we are about to do. We are going to get right off to it with the project. Super. Okay, there's a quick technical difficulty. And here we are with Bubbles at the Conservation Project. So what we do is that we protect the turtles when they are nesting. We protect their nesting ground. We don't want people to disturb their nesting because they are quite vulnerable and they are easily scared off. We protect them from poachers and we stop people from getting too close. We don't want people going too close, so we keep them watching from a distance, which they will feel comfortable. We also protect the eggs by bringing them to the hatchery. That way, the eggs will not be eaten by predators such as monitor lizards and crabs. Also, that way, poachers can't come on the beach and steal the eggs away. We also do night patrols. The turtles come up at night and we look for their tracks. We look for their tracks, we follow their tracks until we find the turtle, and then we gather data from them. What we do is we gather their curved carapace length and their curved carapace width. We get the length and width, we get their facial ID, and we also get the number of eggs that they lay. The number of eggs that are laid is very important. We hand that data to the Department of Fisheries. That way they can calculate if our turtle population in Malaysia is doing well or not. Aside from that, we also do beach cleans and recycling just to keep the place clean. A clean beach is a good beach for turtle and also for us. Despite these 2 years, it has been very tough with the lockdown. However, the project has kept on going despite the challenges. In 2020, we have collected over 15,000 eggs. In 2021, we have collected over 19,427 eggs, which resulted in 29,349 baby turtles being released into the ocean, which is quite a nice achievement for us. Today's talk is hosted by Nian. What is Nian? Nian is hosting this thing together in collaboration with Papua Stars Resort. And NIAT stands for Nature Environmental Art. It also sounds like the Malay word niat, which stands for intent, in which we intend to raise awareness on conservation through the power of culture and art. And in doing so, we do hope to get a sustainable funding and resource for bubble turtle conservation to keep it going. So we keep talking about turtles. Turtle this, turtle that. So what are turtles? The first thing that we should know, turtles are reptiles like snakes and crocodiles. That means that they are cold-blooded. Their body temperature is affected by the environment around them. If it's too cold, they might not survive. That's why you usually find them around tropical waters like Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Florida, somewhere in the central of US. They also breathe air and lay eggs. The other thing is they need the beach because they nest on land. So if you all could do it with me, then these are your toes. Wiggle your toes and remember the last time you were on the beach. Do you remember how dry and how warm sand feels? If you remember, the warmness and the dryness, that is what the eggs need to incubate and eventually hatch out. Aside from that, from wiggling your toes, now join me as you feel your fingers. If you feel your fingernails, do you feel how smooth it is? That is how the back of the turtle shell feels like, because it is made of the same materials as our fingernails, which is keratin. Same materials as our hair, also made of keratin. And like us, under our fingernail, under their keratin layer of the shell, there is a layer of nerves. So they too can get itchy. But unlike us, they don't have hands and opposable thumbs, so they can't scratch themselves. What they do instead is they will go find a giant rock and then they will rub themselves against the rock like you see in the video. And that's how they satisfy their scratching itch. We move on to the number of turtles or the types of turtles you can see. There's 7 species all around the world. However, we can find a few of them here in Malaysia. The biggest one is the leatherback, as you can see over here, very, very big. Then we move on to the green turtle, also quite big, and the hawksbill turtle, and the olive ridley, which is the smallest you can find around Malaysia. But today we are not going to talk about all of them. There won't be enough time. We are going to talk about 2 of our favorite turtles, the green turtle and the hawksbill turtle. We start off with the green turtle. So the green turtle are one of our personal favorites. The reason why so is because when we free dive with them to get their facial ID underwater, it is a very magical experience, at least personally for me. We have to swim up to them slowly. We can't rush, so we don't scare them. What we do is we hold our breath. At one point, we managed to hold our breaths for over a minute underwater at 6 meters and 8 meters for the most experienced free diver. It pales in comparison to the green turtle because they, on average, can hold their breath for 15 to 20 minutes while awake and 4 to 7 hours while they are sleeping. How do they do that though? What they do is they will slow down their heartbeat and then they will consume less oxygen and they will sleep a comfortable sleep. The other things about green turtle is they are called green turtle not because they're green on the outside, but they're more green on the inside. They have green color fat. The fat is green from all the chlorophyll that they get from the seagrass that they eat. They live 80 years on average, about the average human lifespan. And if you guys remember Finding Nemo, Crush the Surfing Turtle said he was 150 years old. Sorry, he is lying. Sorry to ruin the childhood. They are more about 80 years old and they go up to 120 cm. To put that into perspective, if you put your hand around the height of your chest and stand up, that is roughly how tall they are or how long they are in comparison to our body length. And if you do see them while diving or snorkeling, the cooler blue picture on the left of the screen is the male. You do notice the tail is a lot longer. The warmer red picture on the right is the female with the shorter tail. We move on to the hawksbill turtle, and it's the favorite because if you guys own house cats, you know how house cats are. They live without a care in the world. It is the same for the hawksbill turtle. When you go up to them while diving, they generally do not care about us. They are very cute in their own way. The reason why the hawksbill is so or is in that way is because they are poisonous. They know nothing can touch them. They have their shell and they have their poison. They gain all their poison from the sea sponges that they eat. All the toxins from the sea sponge is stored in their flesh or their fats. There have been reported cases where humans have ate hawksbill flesh and they end up not with us anymore. They passed on to the next world. The other obvious thing about the hawksbill is that their mouth is shaped like that of a hawk's. That's why they're called the hawksbill. Unfortunately, all poison in the world cannot save them because they have a very, very beautiful shell which is quite unfortunate as us humans like to collect beautiful things. We like to get jewelry and we make jewelry out of the spilled turtle shell. The tough part is that it is very difficult to tell the difference between a fake turtle jewelry and a real turtle jewelry. It's best not to buy them at all. So like WWF said, if the buying stops, the killing can too. Their life cycle is very unique. They start off as eggs on the beach. And then when they hatch out, they go into the ocean and they are mostly living in the ocean after that. They start off as hatchlings, they will head out into the ocean. The first few years of their young lives are called the lost years because no one knows, to be honest. Because it's such a big ocean, the turtle is so small, it is very difficult to get a data on them. Once they're juvenile, they come near the shore and adult. If they hatch in Pulau Perhentian, they'll return to the same area to Pulau Perhentian to lay their eggs and the cycle continues. But let's go into more details about them. As you can see here, the left of the slide, you can see a golf ball. The turtle eggs are about the same size as a golf ball or ping pong ball, whichever is your favorite sport. And they will incubate in the sand for 45 to 60 days, depending on the species of the turtle. After that, they will hatch and look at how cute they are when they hatch. Aren't they just the cutest things? The gender of the hatchlings is affected by the temperatures of the sand around them. So warmer temperatures will produce more females and cooler temperatures will produce more males. That's why we have a saying here, chicks and cuckoos. The juvenile turtle, once they go into the ocean, or once the baby goes into the ocean, they will live in the ocean for a while. And the most interesting thing that is, but after the first few years, they grow about the size of a dinner plate, as you can see in this picture, this juvenile hawksbill. This one was quite lucky because we rescued them from a fishing net. This juvenile turtle almost drowned, and we managed to cut the net and release this turtle from the net. They usually hang around the near shore waters, and the most interesting thing is for the adult. They are interesting in their own way. At 20 to 30 years of age for the green turtle, what they do is that they will return to the place where they are hatched at. So if they hatch in Pulau Perhentian, return to Pulau Perhentian. If they hatch at Pulau Tioman, they go back to Pulau Tioman. It is very good because his cycle will continue. But how do they find their way back? Let's explore this in an interesting video I'm about to share with you guys.
I want you to ask yourself a question. Do you remember where you were 10 years ago, at this exact day and time? Not just the city, the exact place. Could you find your way back there without a phone, without a map? Probably not, but they can. Or at least they will. These are Kemp's Ridley sea turtles, Earth's smallest sea turtles, just a few days old, and instinct draws them towards the ocean. It's dangerous out there, many won't survive, but 10 to 15 years from now, a few lucky females will perform one of nature's greatest feats of navigation and find their way back here. Sea turtles are awesome. Some species swim more than 1,000 miles to lay their eggs in the same sand where they were born. That's like half an ocean after being out at sea for more than a decade. That's crazy. To do this, sea turtles have some tricks up their sleeve, under their shells. And so do salmon, but they don't have shells. Anyway, when it's time to spawn, salmon leave the ocean and swim upriver to the spot that they were born. And when they were babies, they saved a chemical snapshot of how their home river smells. Scientists think baby sea turtles do the same thing. They imprint on the chemical cues around them, the sand, the ocean, whatever's near shore. All that says, this is home. Not bad for newborns. But when it's time to come back, they can't smell their home beach from across an ocean. They have a different trick for navigating long distances. One way humans know where we're going is to use a compass. That needle always points at Earth's magnetic North Pole, but if we slide that compass along Earth's equator, the needle will move as it follows the pole. Now imagine we rotate that compass straight up in the air. At the magnetic North Pole, Earth's magnetic field lines are perpendicular to the surface, so the compass points straight down. Near the equator, they're parallel, so the compass points sideways. And you and I can't feel this, but many animals can sense these angles of inclination and declination. They can sense their XY coordinates. We aren't exactly sure how turtles sense this. Some birds have iron crystals in their beaks to navigate with magnetism, and so far, scientists haven't found anything like that in sea turtles. But they've done experiments with captive turtles, putting them inside magnetic fields, and we know they follow some sort of built-in compass. This is why their first walk down the beach is so important. They're in geographic learning mode, sensing the magnetic field, smelling chemical cues, feeling the ocean currents, storing them in their brain until instinct brings them back years later.
Well, that was an interesting video. It's very amazing how this little I can't even remember where I went last month. So the sea turtle has many evolutionary traits which help them survive. They have been around for a very long time, since the age of the dinosaurs, in fact. However, today they face their largest challenge, which is the human challenge. The thing is, we have made a lot of changes to the world, and one thing that we produce quite a lot are plastic bags, which is quite unfortunate. If they are not thrown properly, they will blow off into the ocean. And sea turtles, because they don't know what a plastic bag is, to them it looks a lot like jellyfish and they will try to eat it. To them, it's a choking hazard. See, the thing is, they have spines in their throat which will help keep food in when they spit out the seawater. However, if that's a plastic bag, it will be tangled inside and they will choke on it. However, if they do survive that, it will be in their gut and they cannot pass it out. It will be stuck in their stomach. And if they eat too much plastic bag, it's going to clog up their stomach and they have no space left for actual food. The other thing is there is also the cost of seafood, or more precisely, the cost of cheap seafood. See, the higher the demand for seafood is, the more fishing boats will be out there to catch them to get the seafood cheaper. The side effect of it is that all the nets, if it gets tangled, they throw it into the ocean instead of taking it back to untangle it, because it is a lot easier to just dump it aboard. This results in ghost nets, which the turtles will get caught in and they will unfortunately drown in the nets. Another challenge is that coastal development is causing a big trouble for them. As mentioned earlier, or if I haven't mentioned so, mother turtles like dark beaches so that they can lay their eggs in peace. Bright lights will scare them away. But by chance they do lay their eggs, the baby turtles will get confused. When baby turtles hatch out, what they look for is the brightest horizon, which is the moonlight on the water, and they will head up down the beach and into the sea. However, with the human lights on shore, it will confuse them. Instead of going down into the sea, they will go up through the artificial lights and they will get lost or get eaten. The other side effects is that the loss of nesting grounds. As we seen here, 2019, this picture had its rounds around the internet. At Maldives, one of the airports was built over an old nesting ground for sea turtles, and this unfortunate mother for green turtle is not unable to lay her eggs in the nest. And in parts of the world, turtle eggs are still a delicacy. There's fast money for poachers. Around here, I think in Malaysia, poachers can get 200 to 400 ringgit per nest, which is very unfortunate because for that high price and fast money, people are quite willing to go for it. Thankfully, for the year 2021, we have actually taken a step forward in the state of Terengganu with the amendment for the Turtle Enactment of 1951. With the recent amendment, Terengganu bans sale of all types of turtle eggs. They used to just protect leatherback eggs, but this time they've upgraded and updated the law to protect all species of turtle eggs. So what happens if we lose the turtles? The green turtle, they are like the lawnmower, the caretakers of the sea. They prevent the overgrowth of seagrass. Seagrass is important because it is a nursery ground for a lot of fishes and also a feeding ground for a lot of fishes. With the seagrass overgrown when the turtles are not there, there will be a growth of algae and mold, which will steal all the nutrients from the seagrass, and then it will end up killing the seagrass fields. And the hawksbills are like the gardeners of the coral reef. What they do is they eat the sea sponge. When you weed your garden, you remove the weeds so your plants can grow more better. It's the same for the hawksbill. They remove the sea sponge so that there is space for the corals to grow safely. And corals are important because they are the nursery ground for 25% of marine species in the world. Both species of turtle, the green turtle and the hawksbills, they are jellyfish predators, one of the main predators that eat jellyfish. And that way they keep the population of jellyfish in check. If there is too much jellyfish, it will eat all the fish larvae and all the grains of fishes. And instead of a fish populated ocean with plentiful of biodiversity, it will be a jellyfish populated ocean with less marine biodiversity. See, with the loss of the seagrass field and the loss of the coral reef, there is no place for the fish to reproduce or a safe nursery ground for them, which results in less fishes in the ocean and, as mentioned earlier, a drop in marine biodiversity. But what does this mean for us? Coastal communities will be affected. So the most simplest thing that I can say is that we will end up with less seafood. We don't want that. Ideally, we should eat less, but we should also protect the marine species to make sure that there is enough fish left in the ocean so that fish stocks can repopulate. Tourism will be affected from the loss of fish stocks due to all the aforementioned effects before this. Who would want to go to the ocean where there's nothing left to see there? If there's no corals, no fish, not many people will go to the ocean. A lot of jobs will be lost. Dive operators, snorkeling operators. There's nothing left to see in the sea, people won't go there. Tourism is affected in a sense where beachside resorts will be affected, and ecotourism will have nothing left to protect, which is very unfortunate. So in the field of conservation, every hand matters to make a change. We can start today, we can start later, but it is the most important thing is that we start at some point to protect what is left on Earth. And from our part, we are still going on regardless with our Bubbles of the Conservation team. The team is made of firstly, the project facilitator. They are there season round, so they are there from March to October every year. What they do is that they guide interns, they guide the team, they train them and provide training to make sure everything is done correctly, the data from the turtle is gathered properly, the hatchery is built properly. They are also there to work with the data, to crunch the data, and to hand them in to the Department of Fisheries. Then there are the interns, which are the backbone of the team, which make the most of the team. We would like to get 3 batches of them next year, 12 interns, and the internship program lasts to 2 to 3 months per person. They are the main force of the team, where they build the hatchery, they patrol the beaches, they do the beach cleans and the recycling. But everyone from the team interacts with the guests. We at Bubbles Dive Resort, we host a turtle talk 8:30 every night. So if you guys do happen to drop by, and if you have any questions, do ask any of the team members, and we will be happy to answer you. However, this job isn't without its challenges. It can get quite challenging. One of the biggest challenge is night work. See, turtles come to nest mostly at night, and for us, we have to stay up to watch over the turtles. This is while everyone else, the guests, is asleep, and the other resort workers are asleep. What we want to do is we have enough people so that way we can avoid burnout of team members. We can keep everyone safe with a buddy system. Everyone is there to help each other. And when you work together, it makes the job a lot faster and a lot more efficient. But those are the internal challenges. We also have this. As you can see, that was a storm. We are at the mercy of the ocean. See, having to work nearby the ocean, we have to contend with storms, the salt in the air, the intense sunshine. It will wear down all our materials and equipment. And the thing is, we can't use metal materials to build our hatchery because metal materials will mess up with the development of the compass inside the baby turtle's head. So no metal is allowed. And this past 2 years, or every year actually, has its own sets of challenges. However, we are proud to keep going on, and we are happy to keep going on, and we are quite happy to have achieved a few things. As of 2018, we started since 2004, but as of 2018, we have got the official permit from the Department of Fisheries to run a turtle hatchery. It was a very happy moment for us. And despite these 2 tough lockdown years, we have managed to release 29,349 baby turtles into the sea. You all have heard of the rumor of where there is only in the wild, only 1 in 1,000 baby turtles make it to adulthood. So without any assistance out of this number, we may only get 39,000 adults coming back. But if we keep the project going, we keep helping them, we will actually improve the odds beyond 1 in 1,000, even higher. For all you know, instead of just 29 adults, we may get 50, 100 adult turtles coming back. That's why we keep hoping that we can run the project and keep the turtles safe. And a quick announcement, we are now recruiting for the 2022 season. We are looking for 12 passionate conservationists to join our team and to gain experience in the field of marine conservation and working with the turtles. The link for the application will be at the end slide. We'll be getting that soon, so don't worry. But what I would like you all to do is to attach a CV and resume and write a short passage about yourself and you apply. Another thing is that we, through this fundraiser, at the current fundraiser, we are planning to raise 50,000 ringgit to at least fund the first half of the project for the next season. You can do that by helping us. You can support us by purchasing the music and art on the NIAT website. The link will be at the end. And if you do purchase above 200 ringgit, we have a very beautiful piece of artwork for you. Ta-da! This canvas and this beautiful picture of the turtle catching its breath. The title of the picture is "Thank You for Giving Me a Chance to Breathe." It's a very nice piece of artwork, also available digitally and physically. The digital version is going international. It is also very nice. It is something which you can print on your own materials if you like. The quality is quite good. You can print on even a larger canvas or on your t-shirt if you like to. Direct support is also available. If you're not a fan of merchandises, you can just support us on our website, which is over here. Our website is www.niat.my/shop-1. And if you like to apply, there is a turtle at bubblesdc.com. So don't worry if you miss us at the beginning. This video or this live stream is always on this link. And I would like to represent the turtles and the team to say thank you for all the support that you have given us all this time and all the support that you will be giving us next time. So now, question and answers will be in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in today and thank you for spending a Sunday afternoon with us.